Minecraft 1.16 is quite literally raising the heat by updating the Nether with new biomes, new mobs, and more. And while these features are certainly amazing, there is always room for more. Today, we're checking out 3 ideas for new biomes that should be in the Nether, like an Infernal Biome, where you'll find a new boss, or even a biome where you'll find Ghast Geysers. My name is System Z, and without further ado, let's get started. Hello my friends, and welcome back to another video. My name of course is System Z, and I am incredibly excited to show you what my team and I have been working on. 3 new Nether biomes for Minecraft 1.16 that all fit perfectly and go very well with the Warped, Crimson, and Soul Sand Valley biomes. I am in love with the way they look, so let's get started with the first biome, the Ghast Geyser biome, a biome dedicated entirely to the magnificent yet terrifying Ghast. Now, I've gotten a lot of suggestions over the months to create a Ghast hive structure. Well, we've taken it one step further and created an entire biome dedicated to Ghast hives, which as you can see, we have got all over the place. They pop up randomly and are hanging from the ceiling. Some could be attached from the side, and others could be embedded in the rock, which we'll get to here in just a moment. Taking a bit of a step back, you can see this place looks amazing. Now, small fact, I am a huge fan of Metroid, and this reminds me of Brinstar, which I think is why I love it so much. But that being said, let's take a look at the blocks that make up this biome, which they're very small and simple. As you can see, we've got charred rock. This is a new building material that is essentially useless. I mean, it really is just a building material. And also charred sulfur. Now, this one is a little bit more useful, but we'll get to that here in just a moment. Last but certainly not least, we've got singed shrub. Now, any biome in Minecraft is going to have foliage, even if it is a little bit burnt. Really, this is just a decoration, but still, it's really cool because the way it's animated looks amazing. I mean, Endergy did a fantastic job with all of the assets. It really makes it feel like it's alive. Now, we've also got a couple of different blocks as well as entities, like, for example, the geysers, which actually spawn on top of the charred rock and spew out lava. They can actually be obtained to use to spew out water or lava in the overworld as well. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a good example of that, so let me know how you think that would work down in the comments below. But also, you've got these ghast hives, which, like I said, spawn in pretty much any orientation, and they spew out baby ghast that essentially grow into normal-sized ghast. That alone looks creepy, and as you can see, it's combined with the charred rock as well as birch fences, and it looks incredibly weird. I mean, imagine seeing ghast pop out of that. It's very cool though, and I love the way it looks. Now, last but certainly not least, we've got the charred sulfur. This is a new ore that makes a little bit more sense as to how the ghast are actually able to shoot the explosive fire charge, which to be crafted requires gunpowder. Obviously, gunpowder does not really spawn naturally or really spawn at all in any part of Minecraft. That's why you would have sulfur, which you would essentially get whenever you smelt charred sulfur. It would allow you to actually get it as a material, and when combined with charcoal, you could get gunpowder. So, in a way, it's a little bit more of a renewable way to get gunpowder, or at least a different way. Now, obviously, the more fun way is to spawn creepers and, deal with them the way we do and get it that way, but I still like this idea. I think this biome is incredible, and it definitely deserves a space in Minecraft 1.16. Next up, we are going to take a step into the creepiest biome that could ever be in Minecraft, and this is actually a sub-biome of the Soul Sand Valley, which as you can see is already spooky enough. But when you add on a major content upgrade to the Wither, it's even scarier. So this is the Withered Biome, which as you can see adds a whole load of new materials. Now before we take a look into that, I will say, and I've said it before in previous videos, the Wither need a major content upgrade because as of right now, it's incredibly boring. We've got the Wither, we've got the Wither skeletons, the skeleton skulls, and the Wither rows. I think more mobs, more blocks, and generally an entire biome would make the Wither all the more incredible. So that being said, let's take a closer look at all of the blocks that this might add. We've got Withered Stem, which are more roots than anything, and of course planks and various different wood blocks. I mean, just look how amazing this would be. This would be an incredible building material, and I, for one, would love it. We've also got weeping wither vines and various different mushrooms. We've got the scorched shrub, which kind of makes an appearance in different biomes, but it adds a lot to it. And the withered thorn bush, which you could probably imagine would hurt if you walked into it. Now, I think my favorite feature about this biome is that it's really set apart from the rest, in that the trees kind of hang down. It's burrowing through the soul sand above, almost as roots. It makes it feel like a spreading evil, and for that reason, I love it. These trees are also infested by wither bugs, which would kind of roam around aimlessly, almost as if they're blind, and if you do happen to get in their way, they'll sting you without really even meaning to. They're just kind of annoying, but they don't really hate you. It's just, you get the point. Whenever they sting you, you of course get the withering effect. We've also got amazing wither fossils, which I think are awesome. We definitely need wither bones. It just makes sense. I mean, why would you kill a wither skeleton and get a normal bone? Speaking of killing the skeletons, as you can see, they're wielding netherite swords that are also enchanted. So, let's go ahead and grab a sword, don't mind if I do. They have a very rare chance at dropping a very special enchantment, which, as you can see, we've also got the withered bone there. Withering 2. Now this would be an enchantment that, as you could probably guess, would allow you to actually wither your opponents. Now obviously that's not incredibly game changing, but that's still a really cool feature. Something that I'm honestly surprised we cannot currently do. Now like I said, that would be an incredibly rare chance. Oh man, the spooky noises add so much to this biome, but it would still be amazing. Now one of my favorite things about this biome, apart from the bugs, the amazing rooting trees, is probably this decoration. I would love to be able to have bone piles in the game. This just looks incredible. Once again, Endergy has truly outdone himself. This biome is incredibly spooky, and even though it's a sub-biome and not necessarily its own biome, I think it fits perfectly in the Soul Sand Valley, specifically because of the ambient noises. I mean, this is incredibly silent, but it says so much. That being said, let me know what you think of this biome down in the comments below. And also, on a scale of 1 to 10, how creepy is it? My friends, I hope you've brought your netherite armor, because you are definitely going to need it to go into this next biome, which is none other than the Infernal Biome. This could be considered in-game material for the nether. In fact, like I said, you are going to need netherite to even touch it, because this scorched nylium, which is the new block that makes up the ground, is incredibly hot to the touch. As you can see, it's smoking, and there's also several different types of shrubbery that are also burnt. Going towards this biome is going to be incredibly hot, so you better be prepared. Now, the reason you might want to go into this biome is, well, there's several different reasons. We've got this amazing new dungeon, or at least an example of what could be, and we've also got Infernal Stalks, a new material that allows you to essentially create a potion that is not only extended durability, but also stronger. So it's an enhanced super potion. Which actually brings me to a side point. Now, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you've heard me say before that brewery needs to be updated. In fact, 1.16 definitely needs to touch on it at some point. The Nether is essentially, if you think about it, entirely focused on brewery. In fact, in order to even do that, you have to go to the Nether in the first place and search for various different materials. So having updates to brewery and the entire mechanic on its own would be amazing. So adding new items like this that allow us to craft super potions would be amazing. But again, getting it is going to be one thing, because this biome, like I've been saying, is incredibly hot. But it's also home to a new boss. Now, as you can see, these are all of the materials that currently are made up of this biome. Specifically, we have scorched bricks, which make up this example of a dungeon that could be. Now, this dungeon would be very similar to the Ocean Monument in that it would house a very special new boss. Now, you've probably seen this before in my video, Quest in Dungeons, and what that may look like as an update in Minecraft. Click the iCard in the top right corner if you haven't already seen it. Trust me, you do not want to miss that one. In fact, we talked about this very mob, and I wanted to give it the spotlight again because I think it's perfect for this biome. This would be called the Infernal, and essentially it would put out an effect that would essentially require netherite or some sort of fire protection, because it would burn you whenever you go near it. Consider it molten touch or something of the sorts. So in order to even get near it, like I said, you're going to need protection. Now, I don't really know how this boss battle would go, but I would essentially believe it would have something to do with perhaps cooling off this mob and turning it into some sort of charred rock. I definitely think the battle could be open-ended. There's so many different ways you could fight this boss, but considering it's made up of lava and fire and molten rock, it's going to be a hard one. But I think this definitely falls in place after the Elder Guardian, but right before the Wither and the Ender Dragon. That way, it's a little bit more of mid-game material, which is something I definitely think we need more of. Now, this is just an example at how this could look, but I definitely think it could look amazing. But that being said, let me know what you think of this biome, as well as all of the others down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider leaving a thumbs up and consider subscribing and turning on notifications to be alerted whenever I next upload a video. Also, let me know in the comments down below which biome was your favorite, and if it wasn't in this video, what biome would you like to see added to the game? That being said, my name has been System Z, you guys have been awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.